Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Pisces, welcome back, guys. All right, Pisces, this is your second video of the week, and I should have done a what's on their mind, but I really felt like I wanted to do a series where it's the urgent message. I don't know, something shifted, and I was like, I feel like there's lots of synchronicities or things, so we'll roll with it. We have an Ace of Wands. We have the Seven of Cups here, or excuse me, a Seven of Pentacles. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. This says that the big message that's kind of coming in for right now is about passion and desire. And this could be like somebody's got clarity all of a sudden about what they want to do. This is somebody who could have a very deep voice, low like bass sound to their voice. They could be somebody that has like they process things slowly and they process things deeply. A very hard worker, but they've suddenly had this desire, and it's very clear to them now what they'd like to do. Now, I don't know what this is about just yet, but it's something that Three of Swords. This could be something that excuse me, that a character has decided they want to do to alleviate heartbreak. We have this Strength card here. Strong Leo energy. Is this somebody who finally got over a heartbreak? I'm not sure what this would yet have to do necessarily with Pisces, but we have a Page of Pentacles because they're about to reach out to Pisces. Okay, so this is more incoming. Somebody has healed from whatever broken heart they had endured. They have been quietly taking care of themselves, and they have recognized where their passion lies. If they're about to reach out to Pisces, let me ask why. What is it that you are about to say to Pisces? Judgment and Ten of Cups. I want you back. Can I have you back? Can I make you happy, Pisces? So this is actually the heads up that somebody might be asking for a do-over with Pisces, or somebody might want to step back into Pisces' life. This could be somebody that Pisces had barely gotten to know, and then they were still just like, you know what, I'm not ready to date, and they ran away or something, because this says that they had some big burden that they carried on their back for a while, and they took their time to actually heal, and they did some deep soul diving in order to do it, and they actually got beyond a heartbreak. Also, I don't know if this person has like some very particular jacket that they wear. It doesn't have to be like, whatever, a Letterman's jacket or something like that, but they could have like a specific jacket that they wear a great deal, their favorite. Maybe it's even like motorcycle jacket. Like if they ride a motorcycle, they could have, leathers or something. But I definitely feel like they were not, until now, they were not like able to feel strong again. And now that they are, it's like, could we have a first date all over again? Because I would be very different this time if I could just have a first date one more time with you. Could we, could you maybe give me another shot? Because I think I could make you laugh, or I think, I wouldn't be dull or a stick in the mud or whatever they were last time. I wouldn't be that person again. Nine of Wands sideways. They are trying to say, I know that I was, you met a wounded version of me, a recluse version of me, a version of me that probably shouldn't have been trying to do anything but finish up my healing. I almost think that this is somebody who they blew a chance with Pisces, but they didn't do it on purpose. They didn't do it to be mean. It was just maybe they didn't know that they were still wounded. I definitely feel like this is somebody who like bowed out and said, I'm sorry, I just realized I'm not ready for anything. And now they're like, I am though. Let's go over and take a look at what is the message really here for Pisces, okay? Five of Coins, Temperance in the reverse. The message here could be, if anything, Pisces may have recognized at that time that person was not very balanced. They were clearly, focused still on what they had lost, or, something in their life that wasn't going well. And so they had no balance, meaning Pisces didn't meet the real person. They met a wounded, damaged version of them. Ace of Wands. But if there is some If Pisces is like, man, they were somebody I was still really attracted to, but oh my God, they reeked of wounds. I could see that they were not really present. It's almost like this person, they may have been somebody that was very attractive to Pisces, but Pisces took one look and was like, their eyes are like glazed over. They're not really present with me. And I can tell. And if the big message here is to just remember that they didn't meet the real version of that person, and yet there might have still been some attraction there, even if they were too damaged at the moment to pursue much. This kind of is the hint that says, even if they couldn't move toward Pisces in the past, it didn't mean that they didn't intend that when I do get myself healed up, I'm definitely coming back around. I kind of think Pisces already knows that. I think that's what the nudge is. Somebody that Pisces probably recognized. I can tell that they like me. I can tell that they've got plans, but I also can tell they're not ready right now. I think it's all very obvious to Pisces. I don't think Pisces has struggled with, knowing this. I think it's pretty darn clear. So this may not be a shock at all when they resurface in a different energy. The one thing I really like about this is this looks like somebody who would not resurface unless they actually are whole now. I still say that we had passion between these two, but there wasn't the ability to like build anything of substance. And I do think that they tapped out, they withdrew. And this is that same person who's now ready to maybe step forward. They don't want to tap out. They don't want to withdraw this time. Tell me just a little bit more about them. What's the energy coming off of them? Empress, Chariot, Ten of Wands sideways. Their only stress now is, I wonder if Pisces will give me a do-over. Because, man, I treat Pisces really well this time. Pisces is an Empress, and I am finally done, with the stuff I had to complete. And now I could move forward the way anybody would expect. If you're going to date somebody, you got to be ready to move forward with them. You got to be ready to, make something happen. And they're like, the only question mark is, will Pisces allow that? I think this could work out really, really great. But again, it feels like this person is coming in very swiftly. Let me double check on that. Why is this an urgent message? Why is this the heads up? Yeah, Judgment again. They could be a strong Scorpio. We've seen Judgment come out twice. And this could come in as fast as a lightning strike does. It could be, one moment this person isn't even on Pisces' mind. And then the next moment it seems like it's an electronic communication. So maybe it's an email, maybe it's a text that comes through, but it's like all of a sudden, I didn't know I was going to have to contemplate reconciliation with this person at this point in time, but here it comes. So it does feel like it's coming in fast, like a bolt of lightning. Like I almost feel like this is like within minutes or something. Temperance is upright. And it could be that they're about to lead with, hi, I'm balanced now. You didn't meet, you met my twin that was a train wreck. Yeah, this is the other side of me that is not a train wreck. They could try to say something that's a little bit lighter, but acknowledge that they know that they were a hot mess before. This person was a hot mess. That is for sure. But there wasn't, even in the midst of them still being a hot mess, they were not oblivious to the fact that, like that Pisces is really sexy. That Pisces is somebody I'd want to be with. That Pisces is someone that I still really want to gravitate toward. So they knew this. This was not something they were oblivious to. Do we have a final message? Because this is more like the heads up that this person is going to reach out suddenly. We have a Two of Wands that says Pisces is probably going to have to consider while they want to proceed. We have Judgment, though, and we have Three of Pentacles. Pisces may say, let me consider, yes, I want to talk to you. Yes, this is great. But I'd like to consider what's our best formula. Do we move forward and just see, can we be friends first? Let's not jump into that lovers. Let's not jump into that. you know, I did meet you when you were damaged, and you were still healing, and you know, so we got a bumpy start, which means I didn't get to know the real you. I got to meet the wounded you. So let me go ahead and say, before we try to get into romance, let me just meet the you that you typically are, and let's see if we're compatible. I would say that's more the route, I think, and maybe that's what this is all about, is like for Pisces to still proceed with a bit of caution and say, let's build a rapport before we talk about romance. But yes, I mean, I'm super happy to hear from you. I'm super happy to be building a rapport with you. I don't think this is Pisces telling this person, like, I don't know, you were kind of tarnished goods before. I'm not so sure that, you know, you're what I'd want. It's more like, I think Pisces is very graciously saying, let's proceed with no pressure. Let's not jump to romance, you know, because of course you recently healed. Let's just be friends first. You know, it'd be great to be in your company, get to know you better. Attraction, but let's first just get to know each other. I think this is a much better way to proceed, a much better attempt. And I think it could lead to a much more stable outcome. And then nobody risks getting like a new heartbreak or having them freak out and say, wait, oh my God, I'm still not ready. I don't see anything here that says that this character isn't ready, though. If anything, they really took the time and healed what they had to, and they're coming in as Leo energy with that, the passion card, which is the strength card in any other deck. It just does feel like they're going to be popping up out of nowhere and asking for a do-over. If only, you know, and they could say, could we have another first date? Could we go back to the same place, or could we do something totally different so we wipe that memory clean? It just feels like they need to rebuild a complete do-over with our Pisces. I almost feel like this was only one first date and it just epically failed. And this is, you know, several months later that this person's about to just randomly reach out to Pisces. Because I do think this is somebody who said, I'm sorry, I can't do this right now. I do think that they called off and told Pisces point blank that they realized that they weren't ready for anything at the moment. So this is them coming back around, being ready now. You know what? I actually like the way this character handled it, because it looks like they were doing their best to be honest and not waste anybody's time, and to take care of their own problems instead of bring them into a connection with Pisces or treat Pisces poorly while they were aware that, like, I'm not healed yet. So it looks like somebody was trying to be courteous and, you know, treat Pisces well, actually, all said and done. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you guys. Pisces, this is your second video of the week. If you missed your first one, I'll try to make sure that it pops up on your screen right about now. That was the frequency shift. And then I'm hoping tomorrow that I'll be able to get to one for you guys that's what's going on in their mind right now. All right, thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing.